DJI just released some new firmware for the Pocket 3 that gives it some pretty cool capabilities. Can't wait to test it and show you what the Pocket 3 is capable of, because this really has become one of my favorite cameras to film with, bar none. Like, it's so easy to use and it's so much fun to film with. But first, let's get to where we're going. I've actually been meaning to make this video for a couple of days because this update came out a bit ago, but the biggest feature that they've added is very cool, has a caveat to it. I'll show you here in just a second, but one of the main features they added, or one of the big features that they just added, is now if you use the Pocket 3 as a webcam or live stream with it, you can now do that in dlog-m, which means you get a little bit more dynamic range and you can make it look more the way you want it to look if you do that. I don't generally do that with the Pocket 3, but really handy if you do. Yeah, but the big feature that they added that I'm most excited about, I need to go just down over here to show you. So the biggest feature that they added that I'm the most excited to try out is the new 40mm mode, which means you can zoom in or it gives you a crop in, but it says it has better image quality. The coolest thing about it that I found is that you can actually still zoom in. Now, biggest question I had was, how does it compare to the regular when you zoom in 2 times? And then also, can you really zoom in more on top of the 40mm and get like 80mm field of view? So right now you're seeing the regular field of view, and now if I punch in, this is the 40mm field of view, which gives you a much tighter focal length, and yeah, actually looks kind of cool. Now the one downside to this is that it doesn't you can't active track with it. So like right now, if I was going to try and track myself moving around, can't do that. You get what you get shot wise, and that's it. But how does it compare if you just crop in ×2 on the regular camera? So now what you're looking at is 2 Pocket 3s. Yes, I have 2, partly due to an unfortunate incident, but the one on this side over here, this is the 2x crop in, what you just do with the joystick when you want to. And this side over here is the 40mm, the new 40mm medium tele mode is what DJI is calling it. How do they look? And the real question is, I'm always curious, like, how does it look when I get close to the camera? The background, does it blur away the same? Does it look a little different? I mean, obviously I'm looking at little tiny screens. I can't really tell, but yeah. But because they're doing this new medium tele mode, it means we can still zoom in even farther using the one that's in the medium tele mode. So now, same thing. The one on this side is cropped in 2 times, and the one on this side has got that medium tele mode, the 40mm mode, and the 2 times crop. Still filming in 4K somehow. I don't really understand how DJI is doing this, but how does it look? And just like last time, if I get closer, how does it look? Especially, I'm curious about details right here and how it looks in the background out of focus. And just in case you forgot, this is the normal 20mm field of view. Also, I gotta wrap this up. The tide is coming in and I'm gonna get wet real soon. But look at the difference in how far you can zoom in. That is astounding. How much farther you can now zoom in on the Pocket 3 and still get fairly good quality. Like, I wouldn't trust to do this if I was just going to crop in, which is what you're seeing right now, because you're cropping in 400%, you're definitely going to lose some of that quality. Hey, if you're enjoying or getting value out of this video, then consider subscribing. I go out and test and review equipment here in Alaska in some of the harshest conditions I can find, and I give you tips and tutorials on how to use it. Now, I don't know exactly how DJI is doing this, but it's really cool. Yes, there is some quality loss. Side by side, they look very good. I would say the 2X on the full 4K or the regular mode probably looks a little bit better than the 40mm mode, but what I don't understand is how you're getting an extra 2X on top of the medium tele mode to jump all the way in and still get some like what looks like decent imagery. It's starting to fall apart, but it's kind of crazy. You're talking like 80 millimeters cropping in 4 times on the sensor or something like that. So well done, DJI. Now, there are a couple of things that you can't do with this, and one is, as I said already, you can't active track with it. So you can't get movement around the screen. You can't get that sort of like movement. The other thing is, depth-wise, it doesn't look exactly the same. Like it wouldn't look like a 40 millimeter lens or an 80 millimeter lens would on a real camera, or not a real camera, but a like full frame camera and a proper lens with an actual shallow depth of field. That would look a little different, but it does look pretty good. The other issue is that it has to be in normal mode. You can't do this in dlog-m, you can't do this in HLG, you can only do this in normal mode. So the other thing that DJI did was added something called focus breathing compensation. So right now, if I hold up something close to the camera, it's gonna focus on it, and you can see the edges of the screen move quite a bit, right, in and out. But they've added focus breathing compensation. So looking at the edge of the screen, you can see it doesn't change nearly as much, which is pretty cool considering before it changed quite a bit. Now it looks to me like they're just cropping in a bit, and there's still some there, but it's much less noticeable. So while the focus breathing compensation could be better, I'm frankly shocked at all that they were able to cram it into this tiny camera at all. And while it's not like something on the lines of a Sony camera or Canon camera, a big mirrorless camera or something like that, it is a lot better. And if you hold up something close to the camera, how much the frame changes is substantially less, especially in this example here. You can see the one camera is changing a fair amount where the other camera is not. And it's not huge, but it does make a difference, and it does make it nicer. But next, you're gonna wanna watch this video right here where I go through my 18 months of almost daily use with the Pocket 3, what finally destroyed my original Pocket 3, and more. As always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below, or join my live stream, which happens most Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you again soon in the next one. Cheers.